We do have a caller right now, Renee from Daphne. Hey there, Renee. What's your question tonight?
Hello, tonight. I was calling asking about my daughter was purchasing a house, and I co-signed with her on this, and come to find out that their collection agency was after me, and that way it put a block on her selling her home. Now, how can we get this taken care of so she'll be able to sell her home, even though my name is as the co-signer on there?
Okay, and on the very first part, it kind of bugged out on me a little bit. So you co-signed with your daughter on what now? A car?
On a home, right?
Right.
A home?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now the daughter she wants to sell the home, but there's a credit issue with Renee apparently, who had co-signed on the property. So how can they sell the home when there's that issue there?
Yeah, Renee, I'll tell you what, I would be. This is a little bit of a complicated issue, and there's several friends of mine, and even if they're not friends of mine, there's a lot of lawyers in Mobile that handle this specifically. I know enough about this to be dangerous. I will tell you this: if you co-sign on someone's note, whether it be a car or a home, now again, I could be missing something a little bit, but you're on the hook. Just like if you're the person that you're co-signing for. And so what you need to do, you need to speak to a lawyer that handles this type of stuff to try to resolve this issue. Now, don't fret, because typically there's an easy way out, because these creditors, they don't want to, have to pursue you or pursue your daughter or, make this a long-standing issue, because they know that a lot of times they will lose out as well, because a good many times, a lot of times that people are, if they're in arrears or if they have problems, they can simply file bankruptcy. And if you file bankruptcy, a lot of times it just makes all that stuff go away. So, and again, I'm giving you kind of, just kind of, general, answers here, because I'm not an expert when it comes to this, but I've come across this in 26 years. I've come across this enough to know that if you co-sign, you're not just doing someone a favor. You're on the hook. And I get calls like this all the time from sweet little grandmothers that want to help out their 16 or 17-year-old grandson or granddaughter, and they ask me, is it okay if I co-sign, because I've got great credit and my grandson or granddaughter said they're going to make these payments. Well, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Not that they don't have the intention to do that, but things change. I mean, look at this coronavirus. I mean, good Lord. If we had a nickel for everyone who has lost their house or their car or whatever because of all this, and because they don't have a job. I've got friends of mine that are, they're managers at restaurants, they're bartenders, they're, they work in convenience stores, and a lot of these places have shut down. Well, they have no income, and so guess what? Their loans and things of that nature default. And yeah, you can get a stimulus check, but what's that going to do for you? Maybe a month, something like that. But you're probably going to use that to pay groceries or to buy gas, to get to point A to point B. So, always beware when you're asked to co-sign. But if you feel enough love and compassion for that individual to co-sign, just be aware that there could be consequences down the road.
Hey, Bill, Renee would like to know what kind of an attorney should she seek out in this kind of case?
A collections lawyer, but I will tell you this, and because I feel for her, and if she will call my office, even though I'm in Chicago, and I'm not soliciting any business because I do not do this type of work, I will give her the name of the Mobile Bar Association and several other lawyers that I know that handles this, and we'll take care of her, I promise.
All right, yeah, and Renee, if there's been a lien filed against the property, odds are you're going to have to satisfy that lien in order to sell the property. But an attorney, say if the IRS has filed a lien against the property for failure to pay taxes, oftentimes an attorney can help negotiate that amount down. So yeah, Bill can hook you up with an attorney who can maybe negotiate the amount that you owe down so that your daughter can sell the home.
Look at you, Andrew. You're giving better legal advice than I am, so that's pretty good.
I know a thing or two.